Today we're rating all the new Spider-Man cards coming from Magic the Gathering. And we're going to start off with the greatest meme of all memes, Imposter Syndrome. It's a 6-mana enchantment. Whenever a non-token creature you control deals combat damage to a player, create a token that's a copy of it, except it isn't legendary. Is that for every single creature you control? Whenever a non-token creature you control deals combat damage, I suppose so. I mean, you get in for a bunch of damage, you just like double the board. And it isn't legendary. You know what my only big problem with this card is? I feel like they cropped the image a little too tight. I mean, I think they could have squeezed these two characters in a little bit more. It's basically just a bunch of empty space. Or we could have panned out or something. It doesn't have the same... It's got a similar vibe as the original meme, but it isn't perfect. Okay, this is a pretty cool card. I don't think it's going to end up being very competitive, but it's going to be incredibly janky, that's for sure. They did do the meme. They have to make sure they do the meme. Look, it's good marketing material. They see the meme, you can post it on the internet, you retweet it a million times. Maybe even this card is going to replace the real meme within the Magic the Gathering community. It is definitely an A for effort. Thank Garfield, it's Friday. For anyone that likes to play Friday Night Magic. Hello, Kev K. Hello, Derek C. Is there anyone? Yeah, it is Fortnite the Gathering. Look, it was just a matter of time. They're doing it in all the other spaces. You ever take a look at Crocs, the Crocs store? They got like McDonald's Crocs, I believe Nintendo Crocs. They got Pokemon Crocs, I know that. So, I mean, they're just moving that in the Magic the Gathering direction. So it's called crossovers. Big time crossovers. Kano with the Lizard Connor's Curse. Mr. Connor, I'm always late for class. Well, you shouldn't be. Okay, Lizard Connor's Curse is a 4-mana 5/5 lizard villain. You know, it's funny. Way back in my day, a 4-mana 5/5 was actually really good. That thing was like a premium top tier card. Now you look at it today, it's really not that big of a deal anymore. It's almost standard. If it isn't at least a 5/5, it's not even any good. But anyway, this one is more than that. It has Trample and Lizard Formula. When Lizard Connor's Curse enters, up to one other target creature loses all abilities and becomes a green lizard creature with base power and toughness 4/4. That is actually, I think that's great. I'll tell you what you do with this card. You buff up the mana dork that you use to ramp this thing out. Turn 1, Birds of Paradise. Turn 2, something. Turn 3, Lizard Connor's Curse. I think that's really good utility. Is it one creature you control? When Lizard Connor's Curse enters, up to one other target creature loses all abilities and becomes a green. You can shrink your opponent's creature. So if they got an 8/8 in front of you, you just be like, okay, I'm going to turn your opponent's creature into a 4/4. This is incredibly versatile. I think it's great stuff. Yeah, anyway, back in my day, we had Jade Leech. Jade Leech. Green spells you play cost green more to play. And that was good, all right? We didn't complain about Jade Leech. And now we have strictly better Jade Leech in every capacity. The fascinating, amazing card. Who would win, Emrakul versus being a lizard? I think Emrakul loses in this case. Although you have to sort of win because it's only until end of. Wait, hold on, is it forever? Up to one other target creature loses all abilities and becomes a green lizard creature token. It's forever. It's forever. I can't believe it. Oh, sorry. When it enters. Oh, when it enters, it is. Oh, so it's an ETB. Up to one. You don't have to choose anything. Okay. It's an ETB. Okay, this sort of does beat Emrakul. It's coming from a creature. Emrakul cannot be targeted by usually colored spells. I hope green keeps getting power crept so it can become viable and standard. You mean mono green? Green is a pretty strong color at this point. They've power crept green for the last few decades. I mean, it's above and beyond like one of the best colors. If anything, green is always like the base color, splashing something. Usually it's got a splash, but or the other decks are splashing green for its amazing, powerful cards. Okay, let's move on with Christopher B's Bleed Through. That's a really strong... Hey! They're stealing Blue's thing! That's a blue ability. Enter the battlefield, or like even turn stuff into other creatures. Lose all abilities. I feel like that's a very blue thing. Green is just absorbing all the other color pies stuff. What is bleed through? I don't have that. I can't find that. It doesn't exist. Okay, next up. Oh, you mean, oh, that wasn't the card. Damage control crew. Sounds like us. this doesn't even look like a magic card. It looks like a custom-made magic card in that, like, they took some random photo from Google and then just blotted it on. All right, damn. And the name doesn't even feel like a magic card. Format 3/3 human citizen. When this creature enters, choose one. You could repair, return target card with mana value 4 or greater from your graveyard to your hand, or you can impound, exile target artifact or enchantment. This is 100% a custom Magic the Gathering card. Yeah, or something from the AI show. One or the other. I mean, none of this feels Magic the Gathering. We are beyond Magic the Gathering. At least the Imposter Syndrome card, or even that Lizard card, felt like a Magic card. Oh, the only spider thing is the Goblin Bomb. Didn't even notice it. Thought it was a measuring tape or something. These are the guys that clean up after your Commander night. Is there really a big mess when you play Commander? I try to clean up after myself. I don't exactly leave my cards there. The only mess that's going to be had is if the cat comes by and ruins everything. This whole set doesn't feel or look like Magic. Well, I mean, no, it still has some Magic feel to it. I mean, they still, most of the cards, if you ignore the image, the art, it looks like a Magic the Gathering card. I mean, look at what it's called, Imposter Syndrome. Actually, everything about this card is still a Magic the Gathering card. Okay, let's, I think this is, honestly, I'm not super impressed with this card. I'm not particular. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's sort of like one exile target artifact or enchantment. So it's almost like acidic slime meets, was it grave digger? Is that the card that you bring like some creature card from your graveyard back to your hand? It's basically a combination of the both in green. Okay, let's move on with Banovsky, the magical plane of New York City. New York. Oh, is it like a plane chase card? New York. Oh, that's not, okay, that wasn't a card. Yeah, the plane of New York City. This might be slightly stronger than a draft card. 4 mana 3/3 that is ETB, destroys artifact or enchantment, and has like a card advantage. I think it's not that bad at all. Probably could see play in like standard or I don't want to say Pioneer for sure. It's a pretty powerful format, but it potentially. Reddit Lex with a super chat. Lady Octopus. I didn't know there was a Lady Octopus. Inspired Inventor 1 CC Commander. So we have, it is a blue 0/2. Who is this? It's like Dr. Octopus's wife? Whenever you draw your first or second card each turn, put it in Ingenuity counter on Lady Octopus. Tap, you may cast an artifact spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to the number of Ingenuity counters on Lady Octopus without paying its mana cost. I love it! I love that type of card. That's my type. I love artifacts. Now, who would play this card? Because the thing is, a lot of artifacts... What's interesting, actually... Well, no, it's not interesting. I was about to say, hey, you know how I could play my 0 mana cards for free? Well, with Lady Octopus. I could tap it, and I could play my 0 mana artifacts for free now. As if they weren't free already in the first place. I know, it's my big brain strategy. So, anyway, I'm pretty interested in this card. For artifact decks, so put in Ingenuity, you may cast a card. Does it have to be equal? No, mana value less than or equal to the number of Ingenuity counters. And it just keeps stacking. Like every single turn, you're going to draw a card. And you can draw several cards a turn. So at some point, we're just going to be casting cards for free. This could be broken. I mean, I understand you can kill it immediately. But it seems like a pretty easy way to cast gigantic artifacts. I mean, this is basically a soul ring, a super soul ring for artifacts. It's almost like you know what? It's almost like an ether vial for artifacts, and almost like ether vial. Yeah, yeah. We are in line, Benjamin Berkey. It's like an ether vial on a body, except it scales way faster because it's also going to count the second card you draw each turn. And there's a lot of artifacts that draw cards. So, you know, like artifacts that you play and then crack, draw a card at the same time. So I think that works too. We're about the same age, Jess. We're about the same age. Only your first and second card, but still feels quite good. And remember, it's whenever you draw your first or second card each turn. You can still draw cards on your opponent's turn. Right? Am I right? Although, like, I don't imagine. I'm actually curious. Does it trigger on like Wheel of Fortune or Windfall effects? So, for example, if we play Windfall, do I get 2 triggers? Because I did draw a card, but I also drew a second card at the same time. Whereas that has to be separate instances of drawing a card. So, anyway, yeah, I think I'm not gonna say this is broken. This has potential though. I think it has really big potential, and I like blue, and I like my artifacts. Frankly, I wonder. You may cast an artifact with mana value less. It's not going to cheat on affinity, I don't think, because you're going to have to pay full retail. You can only play, or hold on, you may cast an artifact spell. Yeah, so if I want to play like a Thought Monitor, I gotta get this thing at like what 7 mana or 7 ingenuity counters. I think it's 2 if you draw more than that. That'd be great. Only lets you add 1 counter a turn. No, it has, when you draw your first or second card each turn, put an ingenuity counter. So if I draw my first card, like drawing a card off the top of my deck, you get an ingenuity counter. If I play cantrip, then I get, that was my second card drawn a turn, and it will trigger again for sure. Yeah, I know. Affinity. Well, the thing is, there's some good affinity cards, even if I don't want to play actual affinity. But so where would you put this? Where would you play this? Give me some ideas. Can I put this in my Urza deck? Is this good in my Urza deck? I'm building an Urza deck. Where's my Urza? Oh, did I put my Urza away? I put my Urza away. Can't just have Urza laying around. He's too dangerous to be left alone. Okay, I think this is a banger card. I'm very excited about this. I'm not excited about the price. It's probably going to be heinously expensive. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research. See who the hell is Lady Octopus. You can brainstorm on opponent's turn to put 2 counters. That's right. That's right. Okay, next, let's go. This was a great card. Gillum with It's Morbin Time with Morbius, the Living Vampire. Oh, yeah, there was a vampire in the cartoon. I watched the cartoon as a kid. Like, okay, not the OG cartoon. I did watch that one, but then there was like a more modern day cartoon. I don't know who, I can't be specific, but I hope everyone who lived at that time knows what I'm talking about. Okay, 4 mana for a 3/1 vampire scientist villain. Flying Vigilance and Lifelink. It's a 2 mana. Exile this card from your graveyard. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. I think this card stinks. This could be a lot better. The 90s Spider-Man was... Yeah, I think it was the 90s Spider-Man. Then there was like an, I don't know, a 70s or 80s Spider-Man. I watched that too, but it wasn't the same. Wasn't quite the same. Live action Morbius movie is so... It exists? Why would they do that? Was this guy that popular? Morbius is more of an anti-hero than a villain. I don't know the lore to this guy super well. I just remember that he wanted to suck blood. Like every other vampire out there. It does have vigilance. But the thing, it's 1 toughness. I can't live with this card in this economy. There's some card advantage afterwards, but I think it's just really mana intensive for what it does. So not super impressed with the Morbius the Living Vampire. The card is like the movie. Okay, we'll just have to trust you on that one. We ask ourselves why every day, says Rockman. Okay, let's... okay, apparently there's a sick Venom card. The Red Scout. Agent Venom. take a look at Agent Venom. Doesn't look like Venom at all. Is this Venom? That sort of looks like Spider-Man? Just looks like a regular symbiote person. Okay, 3 mana for a 2/3. It's a symbiote soldier hero. Flash, menace. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. This feels like just it feels like a regular magic card. It feels like a slightly power-crapped magic card of something else. I don't know what else. It's something else. So it's very speedy, comes into play out of nowhere. It's got that menace, so it's going to be hard to block it. The only problem is your stuff has to die. But if and also it's another non-token creature you control dies. If this thing dies, you get nothing. Sorry. You go home empty-handed here. So it's an iteration of Venom. Flash Thompson was wearing the symbiote at the time. Well, they passed that symbiote around like it was... Can't think of an analogy. He's a better Midnight Reaper. Oh, let's look at Midnight Reaper. Midnight Reaper. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, which includes this card, by the way, this creature deals 1 damage to you and you draw a card. I actually think this is... I guess it's slightly balanced in that way. So this is... It's got more utility. Like, Flash is pretty serious. It's pretty important. So you can hold up mana for other stuff. And then if your opponent didn't do anything, you flash it in play. But it's whenever another non-token creature you control dies. So if someone kills this thing, you don't get any value, which is big sad. I would say this is okay. I would not be jumping for joy over this card. Venom in his Spider-Man universe's STD. Oh, no. It's, except incredibly... Venom, where have you been? What have you been doing? Oh, it has OS Flash because of Flash Thompson? Is that supposed to be a joke? Was Flash Thompson actually fast? Wasn't he just the bully at the school? I thought he was the quarterback or something. He was the guy that picked on Peter Parker. Anti-Venom looks kind of interesting. Oh, is that the actual card? Okay, let's look up Anti-Venom. Oh, we did this one. I think we did this one last time. Sorry. Okay, we want new Spider-Man cards. This is old. This is the old one, right? Yeah, this is old. We need new Spider-Man cards. New one. They came out with a bunch of new cards this week. Like Spidey Sense. Sorry, Spider Sense? Spider Sense? How dare they call it that? I thought it's supposed to be Spidey Sense. Someone correct me. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Spidey, is it Spidey Sense? The AI overview says Spidey Sense refers to the precognitive danger. Okay, what if I look up Spider Sense? Does that make any sense? Well, it does make this thing look... What is canon? It's Spidey? I think it's Spidey, too. Doesn't feel the same to call it Spider. Okay, anyway, it's a 2-mana instant. It's got web slinging. For a blue, you may cast this spell for a blue if you also returned a tap creature you control to its owner's hand. That's awful. Counter target instant, spell, sorcery spell, or triggered ability. Oh yeah, this card was passed around in the Merfolk Discord. It's got some versatility, but I mean, at the same time, I don't really want to bounce my cards back to my hand. What do I want to compare this to? It's sort of... It's a little... I mean, it's fine. You know what? Time will tell if this card's actually good. So with the web slinging, you could like return back to your hand a creature with an ETB and get like a second ETB. For the most part, I don't really want to be bouncing my creatures back to my hand. And also, it might be situational that I have to bounce a tapped creature. It may not be so easy to always have my best creature to be tapped. If I attack with it, it might get blocked and then it would die. But countering an instant source, it'll make it harder for the people who want to cast spells. Do they have Counterspell? Do they have Spider Sense? Who knows? They have 2 mana up. It could be anything. So anyway, I'll say I have no strong opinion about this card. I have a feeling it's not going to see play because instant. It's like a crappy negate is what I want to get at. But we don't see a whole lot of Planeswalkers anymore, so maybe we don't need negate anymore. Okay, Felicia with Mr. Negative. Oh, is this like... Is this the husband to a negative Nancy? What the hell? I can't read this card. All right. I'm not going to read the Japanese scripture. Mr. Negative is a legendary human villain, lifelink and vigilance. Dark Force Inversion. When Mr. Negative enters, you may exchange your life total with target opponent. If you lose life this way, draw that many cards. You may exchange your life total with target. Oh, so I can go down on life, but I actually gain on cards. That's pretty sick. That's pretty interesting. The only problem is it's a million mana. So if I go, is this like good in a Death Shadow deck, where I take my life total down to 2, play this, and then give somebody else my crappy little life total? I will say, competitively, this card's probably sucks, but commander-wise, this card's probably awesome. This is like a big turnaround story. Play this thing and turn the game around. What is this? It's an inverted villain? Just says countering abilities is always good. Well, not always. These aren't... The problem with Spider Sense is it's not any ability. If it said activated or triggered ability, now we're talking, but it's just triggered ability. We already have Consigned to Memory for that type of ability. Also, Consigned to Memory hits colorless cards. So it's like, I want to say it's a more mana efficient sure thing for the decks I bring it in against. Could be a gimmicky reanimate target. You know what I'm thinking? What if what if you play reanimate, you lose 7 life, then you want to exchange your life total with someone, so you gained a bunch of life, and they lost 7 life. Oh, but this card's not going to win by itself. It's just a 5/5 creature. Then replay in kind somehow. Replay in kind. Let's take a look at this. Oh, sorry, repay. Repay in kind. 7 mana. Each player's life total becomes the lowest life total among all players. No, no. Hold on, how does that work, actually? Because this is just exchanging. I don't know if that'll work. Oh, well. It's a fascinating card. It's a unique card. That reads like a real Magic the Gathering card. Okay, we got Steve Cooper here. We have Arachne Psionic Weaver. Psionic Weaver. I remember making a custom card artifact like this. They're taking our designs, or do we think like Wizards R&D? I swear. How long ago was it? So I guarantee you they started making the set like 2 to 3 years ago. So if you made your card around 2 to 3 years ago, maybe they might have went to your cards for inspiration. Okay, this is Arachne Psionic Weaver. Cool art. I like art that is like, how do I put it? It's composed properly. I think it has a good composition. So 3 mana, 3/3 spider human hero with web slinging of a white. I think this is a good mechanic, by the way. I want to make mention. So for web, a cheaper cost, you can return a tap creature back to your hand. I think that's pretty cool. I think there's a lot of work. I think there's a lot to work around with that type of mechanic. Wonder how it's going to work with ninjas. Okay, anyway, as this card enters, look at an opponent's hand, then choose a card type other than creature. So instant, sorcery, planeswalker. How about land? Spell. Oh no. Okay, spells of the chosen type cost 1 more to cast. Well, we could choose land, but it's not going to be useful to us because the land is not going to. No lands are going to get cast. Okay, what do I have to say about this card? It's an okay tax card. It's an okay... It actually might be a bomb tax card. Hold on. 1 mana, so you go turn 1 something, turn 2 attack with it, and then for 1 mana, just bounce it back to your hand and play Arachne Psionic Weaver. That could be insane. A 1 mana tax on... Okay, choose a creature other than creature cards. It'll definitely tax the planeswalkers. Even taxing artifacts would be just complete beating. Because this will still affect artifact creatures, I believe. Mine was a cost less. I can't read. Okay, that's okay. Is this not just worse than Thalia in most cases? Thalia has 1 toughness. And you know what? 1 toughness is not safe in this world. In fact, having 1 toughness is very, very, very vulnerable. This has 3 toughness. This can survive a pyroclasm. Turn 1. Thraben Inspector. Turn 2 attack. And then play this. And then the Thraben Inspector all over again. That's value. Does anyone know what Thraben Inspector does? It's a 1-mana 1/2 that comes into play, makes a clue. Because it's got a clue. Okay, I like this card. I think this is pretty good. It's your spells too. Same thing with Thalia. Same thing with Thalia. We just gotta not play with any artifacts here. We have to make sure it hurts them more than it hurts us. Say instants make all counterspells more expensive. To be honest, if you're playing with this card, probably counterspells don't matter. You're playing with like Ether Vial, Cavern of Souls, maybe some flash creatures. Cards like this, that's just gonna make them unplayable. Probably something like that. Bolt it, it's fair. Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's broken. I'm not saying it's broken. It's a good card. Okay, Steve Cooper has 2 donos. Let's spend some donos. 1 on Lesthian. You get Oscorp Industries. I love all the memes that they've done with Oscorp. Oscorp. Oops, Industries. Not industry. I'm so sorry, Scryfall. I didn't know you need to be so specific here. It's all land. Enters the battlefield tapped. Okay, not very exciting. When this land enters from a graveyard, you lose 2 life. What the hell? Okay, but it's a tri-land, but we can't search it up. It's got Mayhem. When you play this card from your graveyard, if you discarded it... Oh, you may play this card from your graveyard if you discarded it this turn. Timing rules still apply. The hell does that... I don't know what that means. I need an adult. Oh, you mean like it doesn't take priority? Is that what it means? Because otherwise I have no idea what that means. It's madness, but a land. It's land madness. Graveyard, if you discard it. Okay, so if we discard it... Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. But what does the timing thing mean? Does it mean I have to play it immediately? Or can I play it later? You know what? I don't think it's that bad. I'll tell you why, Beanpot. Because if you... Let's say you draw and discard a card. You can discard this card. And then it's like you didn't discard anything. Because then you play it for your land drop for the turn. Wow, so everyone is hating on the Madness land. This could be broken. And also, they could go into a Death Shadow deck or something. No, you play it at normal land speed. Normal land speed, go! Probably so don't play it on an opponent's turn. You play this card from your graveyard. I think that should be self-explanatory. That should be common sense. Even though common sense doesn't really exist in this game. That means you have to play it on any time you could play a land. Why would I think differently? You may play this card from your graveyard if you discard it this turn. How can you play lands any other way? We've never played lands at flash speed. Never. It's never happened before. I think this card is good. I think this card or this whole concept's going to see play. Do they have like one for each color pie? Sorry, David, we did Imposter Syndrome. Look at that. We got someone. One person says, seems pretty strong to me. All right. Yo, Denvi is with me. This card is better than it looks. Now, I'm not going to make any prediction that it's broken, but like, I mean, if you play Faithless Loading, this card looks sort of okay. Also, if you play a deck where you need to reduce your life total, I think that's also okay. What if we had a Merfolk Spider-Man? That'd be awesome, actually. That would be awesome. Okay, well, we're going to... What do we have next? Oh, you know what we have next? We have got our sponsor! Our wonderful sponsor, FusionGamingOnline.com, my favorite place to buy my Magic the Gathering cards. But you know what else you can get here? You can also get Spider-Man cards! Interested in Imposter Syndrome? Perhaps in Oscorp Industries? The Arachne Sonic Weaver? Mr. Negative? Where else are you going to get them from than at FusionGamingOnline.com? And let me tell you what, you don't have to pay full price either when you're using coupon code Nikachu at checkout for 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. Do you know what you can't do on Arena? That is rent cards, build different decks, test what you need to do. Because you know what? Standard's coming out. And you don't know what the best deck is going to be. It could be VV. Maybe it's not. Maybe you want to play test something else. Try out every variation of new standard decks on Magic Online, renting with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription using coupon code Nikachu_ZH4. Let's get back to some sick cards here. Oh, we didn't end off there. Oscorp Industries. What was the Green Goblin's name? Mr. Osborne. We haven't tested it yet. Well, sometimes we got to do things ourselves. Okay, let's get... Okay, Richard really wants something. Undead Justice League. Okay, you're going to get the super chat. What the hell is the Undead Justice League? Undead... What the hell is this? Oh, there's Undead Spider-Man? Okay, let's look at Undead Spider-Man. I'm only looking at one. One per person, damn it. Do these cards just not exist? Where's story everyone died from old age but are still fighting and doing crimes? Oh, they're not. I thought you're suggesting something real. You can just leave it all in one big chunk of a chat. All right, we need a new card. Let's get... Okay, Toilet Duck. You can get Steve Cooper's super chat. Gwenom... Remorseless? I don't know who this is, but this is sick. This is like the best art. The hell is this? I know not. Is this like one of Peter Parker's exes? Okay, this is a 5-mana 4/4 Death Touch lifelink. Whenever Gwenom, oh, it's Venom plus Gwendolyn or something together. Until end of turn, you may look at the top card of your library anytime, and you may play cards from the top of your library. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its mana cost rather than pay its mana cost. So it's some sort of weird form of card advantage. A little expensive. Gwenom is Gwen mixed with Venom. What was like considered the best Venom crossover other than Spider-Man? Was there not like a Venom Carnage or something? That sounds really stupid. But yeah, it's like Bolus's Citadel on a creature, but only when you attack. So when you attack until end of turn... You know what's the good news? You only have to attack, you don't have to deal damage. Some cards are like that. Like you have to connect with the opponent, and then when you connect fist to face, you get the triggered ability. You can look at the top card of your library anytime. This is until end of turn, right? Yeah. You look at the top card of your library anytime. You may play cards in mono black. So guess what? This card might see play. This card might actually see play. Because Bolus's Citadel, isn't that it danger? That's the danger artifact, right? Pretty sure that's like this is like the most quintessential artifact to tutor for in the game. So even if it is for one turn, I mean, you can keep playing stuff from the top of your deck. There's a Venom verse like the Spider-Verse, I think. Oh my god. Well, I mean, hey, Venom had to come from somewhere. It's probably an entire city full of Venoms. Makes a lot of sense. Venom is going to be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think that's what it stands for. David Sampson says Venom and Carnage kind of had an offspring called Toxin. He was kind of a good guy. Grew up in such a toxic waste. of a family, named him Toxin, but realized that he was actually good deep down inside after all. Even if they block it, you get very little out of it unless you had an instant on top. What do you mean? Oh, well, you can attack anybody. This is a 4/4 Death Touch Lifelinker. Who the hell wants to block this thing? I mean, by the way, I don't know how many turns you need to have actual Bolus's Citadel in play to win the game, but this is not bad. I think this is not bad. This is a second. I think having a second copy of Bolus's Citadel is still going to be pretty good. I think I'm pretty optimistic about this card. Yeah, you wouldn't block and kill a Bolus's Citadel. Well, you can't, mostly. Okay, I believe that was a super chat, so let's get a freebie. Kano, rent is due. You'll get your rent when you fix the damn door. I don't remember this person. Or is this Aunt May? Is Aunt May, like, threatening Peter? You have to contribute rent here, little buddy. Okay, we have a white enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, you may tap 2 untapped creatures and or treasures you control. If you do, draw a card. Otherwise, sacrifice this enchantment. So it's taxing our... So we're actually getting something out of this. We draw a card, and it's only at the end step, which is really strange. I guess that's because that's the end of the month. You may tap 2 untapped creatures and or treasures. This seems like a really good card. Mao doesn't like Aunt May anymore. You talking about like the leader of China? What are you talking about? Nah, it's just the landlord. Peter is always broke is the flavor. You would think he'd be a little less broke if he just stole a little bit of the money that all the thieves stole. You know, just a little bit. It's just like unaccounted for, that's all. Just a little unaccounted for, no one will know. Peter likes paying in cash. Peter Parker also doesn't like to pay taxes. Somehow has a lot of money on him. Mr. Ditkovich was the landlord. He's Russian. Are you talking? Oh, you talking? Well, in the movie, yeah. I remember that. You would think the Fantastic Four would bankroll Peter a little bit. Yeah, you would think so. You would think for being a superhero, he's got like a credit card to the city that can do anything and pay for anything. Crime fighting. Yeah, crime fighting never pays. Just like making crime never pays. It's like, it's just a lose-lose on both sides. Peter Parker is just like, please don't do crime. I need to work this night shift. I need to make bank here. Oh, right. Mao did landlord aside. Okay. I couldn't make the connection at the time. It was too deep for me. Oh, we did Lady Octopus. That card was sick. We did that one. Okay, I think this is a great card. I don't think this is a card you're gonna play on turn 1, but later on in the turn or in the game, when you have a bunch of treasures and a bunch of extra useless creatures, you're basically drawing 2 cards a turn. So, like, I mean, you have a bunch of extra tokens, just tap down 2 damn tokens. Like, who cares? Or a bunch of extra treasures. I think this card is very strong. Maybe very strong is maybe a bit too strong. I think the card is pretty useful. A late game, pay 1 mana, draw 2 every turn is pretty nice. Can you even get it off early? Maybe it's possible. Triggers at end of turn. That's why Batman was like, step 1, get money. And then step 2, now I can fight crime. With all his spare time. All right, super chat time. Let's get Gillum with the Jackal Genius Geneticist. This is the guy that will let you know your genealogy on the internet. 2 mana, 1/1 for a Trampler. That is a very sad Trampler, if I do say so myself. Whenever you cast a creature spell with mana value equal to Jackal's power, copy that spell. Except the copy isn't legendary. Then put a +1/+1 counter on Jackal. So I have to cast a 1/1, and then this gets bigger. But then we get to copy our 1/1. I think this actually is really strong. I think this is pretty impressive. It's a really cheap way to flood the board with a lot of stuff. Yeah, what if I played this in a Merfolk deck? Cast a creature spell with mana value equal to Jackal's power. I get to copy my creature. I think that's pretty sick. I think this is really good. I don't even think it's hard to build around this card. This card's gonna create an epic... this card's gonna make an epic amount of... Someone's gonna build a deck around this damn thing. Someone's gonna build something around it. I like it. Richard said, well, I was going to make this comic book about this guy who looks like Batman and is rich, but his only power is he zaps people with a gun that teleports them. Do it. Make it. Do it. Get it crowdfunded. And he doesn't even, like, wear a costume. He just walks up and... Okay, next up. Let's get... who has no card yet? You have no card? I thought I gave you a card. Hot dog cart. Maybe I disqualified your cards because we did them already. Benovsky. That is a banger picture. I love that picture. It feels too real. 3-mana artifact. When this artifact enters, create a food token. That's right. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. This is terrible, actually. Oh, this is awful. It's so boring. Actually, good question. Why can't we have this at 2 mana? Would that be just too strictly better than a lot of other stuff? Add 1. Oh, it's add 1 mana of any color. Make it colorless and give it at 2 mana. So we have like we could have a 2 mana rock. Like 3 mana rocks. They're garbage. That is awful. Hey, that's an actual card. Yes. Well, some of these are actual cards. We didn't get the pterodactyl that has DNA powers, but uses them to turn folks into dinos when he could cure cancer. Huh? It's mana value, not power of the cast spell. No. That's what I got here. So it's like whenever you cast a creature spell with mana value equal to Jackal's power, so you can play a 1 mana card because its power is 1 right now. You get 2 copies. I think that's strong. I think that's very strong. Then when it's a 2 power card, you get 2 copies of a 2/2. I think that's insane. Hot dogs have flavor, so any color. No, I disagree. I think... Okay, what are the flavors of black and... Okay, so we have white, red, and green covered. So black and blue. What's blue that you put on a hot dog? Explain that to me. Maybe you put, like, olives on a hot dog. Maybe that's possible. Black olives. So, like, the red is the mustard. The white/yellow could be mayonnaise/mustard. The green is the relish. I don't know about the other crap. Toothpaste? You put toothpaste on your hot dog? That's disgusting.
Oh, God, please, no!
I don't know if I want it to eat an aligned hot dog. The pig's veins are blue. You're going too deep here. Animate the hot dog cart and fling it to the planeswalker. Anyway, I think the card sucks. I don't even think it's... I mean, it's flavorful. You get the food token. Blueberry on your hot dog? Are you serious? Since when do they offer that at Costco? And Costco, by the way, are the grandmasters of the hot dog. The $1.50 hot dog. They're great. Black... Okay. Black is the Coke. And blue is the Gatorade. Alright, we solved it. If you can consider, like, the Coke food. I think you have some nutritional problems if you depend on it for food. Black aligned. I haven't slept much last night. Anyway. Oh, you don't want any black aligned hot dog. Yeah, the hot dog. Or I guess the hot dog could be burnt to a crisp. That might be fine. Okay, next up, let's get Hexanort with Web, Life, and Destiny. I can't read it. You want me to try? What? Red de la Vida y el Destino. It's an encantamiento. Encantamiento. And it's got Convocar. I won't read the explanation. Al comienzo del combate en tu turno, mira las cinco primeras carta de tu biblioteca. Okay, I'm done. What the hell does this mean? Web of Life and Destiny for 8 mana. It's an enchantment with Convoke, so it can come into play for could be for free in theory. At the beginning of combat on your turn, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature card from among them on the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Ooh. You know what the problem is? If you're spewing out a bunch of creatures like it's a token deck, you probably don't have that. You may not have that many bombs in the deck. You can read this, Benovsky? Okay, Benovsky, you're hungry. You had to get that food card out. The food cart before you go. Beginning of combat on your turn, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You can put a creature card. You know, it's like Birthing Ritual, but maybe more dangerous because you don't have to sacrifice anything. Okay, I think this has potential. I can't say that this is going to be a bad card. I hate playing against cards like this. Just putting stuff onto the battlefield. John says, Costco is GOAT of hot dogs. Never failed me when I was poor. The Costco hot dog. And what's interesting with the Costco, at least for me, they never check my membership if I go backwards. I just be like, oh, I need to go make a return. I don't know what it's like at other Costcos, but like, you know, you can go directly into the Costco, or there's like a back section where there's the restaurant plus returns. Oh yeah, I just need to go renew my membership. I don't have a membership on me. And they go straight to the restaurant. And then leave. That's a grind I don't need to do. Costco hot dog is still $1.50 with a pop. Yep, has defeated inflation splendidly. Voltland with Cosmic Spider-Man. Holy moly! This is Spider-Man from this is Universe Spider-Man. 5 mana for a 5/5. Flying, First Strike, Trample, Lifelink, Haste. This is a custom Magic the Gathering card. At the beginning of combat on your turn, other spiders you control gain Flying, First Strike, Trample, Lifelink, and Haste until end of turn. You know what it is? You know what this card is? It's a sliver. It's just a sliver. In some sense, except that you don't get it like at end of turn. So at the beginning of combat on your turn, your slivers get this stuff, but then it wears off. This is giving me super sliver vibes. Of course, there's multiple slivers that are like Wooburg. Yeah, it's the spider sliver. Universes Within versions is called Scions of the Spider. Oh, is that what it is? I totally forgot that they have to double all these cards. What a waste of time. They need like a whole new art and a whole new... Yeah, they need a whole new art and a whole new name for each one of these cards. I guess that's why some of these cards are really jarring. It's like, that doesn't seem like a Spider-Man card. Well, it's because like it's probably by default a Universes Within card. And then they just slap a spider. They just put a spider, what's it called? Spider-Man skin on it. And it doesn't really work so well. Okay, next up. I think this card's fine. I think this card's good. I think it's probably going to be a fun card. It's probably not going to be a good card because I don't really see anyone making an actual spider deck, but it's probably fun to play. Bryce with Peter Parker's camera. Good question. You know, that's a very good question. Where the hell does Spider-Man put his camera? I mean, he's got like a skin-tight suit on. Shouldn't this thing leave a bulge somewhere? Like you see it in his pant pocket or something? Or in his back? but you just never see it. Okay, Peter Parker's camera, 1 mana artifact. This artifact enters with 3 film counters on it. Pay 2, tap, remove a film counter from the artifact. Copy target activated or triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. It's fascinating. It's probably not good. Remove a film counter, copy target activated or triggered ability you control. I have a feeling it's not good, but it's interesting. It's a flavor win. He wears a camera strap with it or in his backpack usually. Oh yeah, well where okay. Show me the backpack. Show me the camera strap. You never see it. But he always has his camera on him, right? He's always there with his camera to get a good picture of it, like whatever the hell he's doing. What's also interesting is like always in the cartoons or even in the movies, like he's in some action fighting somebody. You don't remember him I don't think you remember him taking pictures. Or maybe he's not always taking pictures. Anyway, I don't see it there. Where's the camera strap? There's no strap. Does Peter Parker still use a film camera? Probably not. Like, if he's not using his phone, his iPhone, he's an idiot. And I think your smartphone. Are they even called smartphones anymore? We don't have dumb phones anymore. What do we call it? Just a phone? How many years have to go by for a smartphone just to be called like a regular phone now? Where does Cosmic Spider-Man put his camera? Yeah, I don't know. You know what? Cosmic Spider-Man probably has those meta glasses on. It's got some advanced tech. So like whatever he sees, he's taking pictures of. Although it's really hard to take pictures of himself, I suppose. Gotta take off those meta Ray-Bans. Spider-Man sets up before fights. Part of the spider sense is set direction. Good point. Anyway, okay. Well, I'll say this is... I did say this card's boring. For the most part. I mean, yeah. I think for the right deck, it's going to be interesting. I would just be a little concerned that it's a bit clunky. That I have to pay an additional 2 mana to copy my activated or triggered abilities. But maybe this is more of a late game card anyway. And you could probably just go off with one of these activations. He is wearing Jarvis glasses from Tony Stark. Ah, Tony Stark's got the good stuff. Okay, do we have any more cards? I have a super chat. Okay, David wants a card badly. Carnage. Crimson Chaos. I disqualified. I don't think we did this one. I don't think there was a Carnage. When we, there weren't any Carnage cards back. Whoa! That's sick looking. Okay, 4 mana for a 4/3 Trampler. Enters the battlefield, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains. This creature attacks each combat if able, and when this creature deals combat damage to a player, sacrifice it. You know what? I always imagined Carnage, Venom to be like outrageously powerful. Like a 4/3 isn't really that big. 4/3 is like, I don't know. I think it's sort of puny in the grand scheme of things. I imagine like Carnage is like an 8/3, but I don't know what casting cost you have to give him to make him reasonable for that amount of power. And also, doesn't he shoot things? He should be able to ping. Like in the comic books and in the cartoon, he like shoots darts from the symbiote. We saw it day one. Oh, damn. We did this one already? Is this an old? Wow, it's $91. $91 for this thing. It is mid. I remember seeing this. I remember seeing this art. It's very sick art. I love this art. Okay, we're gonna have to move on to another one. Nightmare Incarnation. Don't worry. Where? David, you gotta find something within the last week. Because we did a lot of the older Spider-Man cards. Nightmare Incarnation with our Arachne. Oh no, we did this one. Sorry about that. We did that one too. Okay, I'm gonna do Steve Cooper's J. Jonah Jameson. J. Jonah! Him being red makes sense. Why, actually? He looks crazy here. Shouldn't he just have like a cigar in his hand or something? Find me some pictures of Spider-Man. I don't remember him doing that in the movie. Okay, 3 mana for a 2/2 human citizen. He should be like a human. Shouldn't it be like human businessman? I'm trying to think. There was a card. Legitimate business person. Oh, it turned someone into a human citizen. Okay, J. Jonah enters. Suspect up to 1 target creature. A suspected creature has menace and can't block. He's a menace! He's a menace to society. Whenever a creature you control with menace attacks, create a treasure token. I think this was just like all flavor wins over here. So he suspects Spider-Man. Hold on, but when you want to suspect a creature you control, or I guess you could be controlling Spider-Man. So you suspect your Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a menace to society. Won't get blocked, and when it attacks, creates a treasure token. Creates money for J. Jonah Jameson. You're like, where is J. Jonah Jameson without Spider-Man? Should be praising Spider-Man. It's content. If Spider-Man was dead, I mean, he's screwed. Completely screwed. Honestly, I'm kind of interested to see the universes within versions of these. Oh yeah, I'm curious what they're going to do with all this stuff. Okay, David Sampson with Symbiote Spider-Man. I don't know if we did that one. The flavor text? The photos are garbage, Parker. I'll buy them all. Oh, yes, of course. They're all crappy photos. Go find someone else who can find the perfect Spider-Man pose. Did we do this one? I can't tell. I recognize the image. It's a 2/4 for 3 mana. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, look at that many cards from the top of your library. Put one of them into your hand, the rest in your graveyard. That's fine. Find new host for 3 mana. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains this card's other abilities. Activate only as a sorcery. That's fine. It's more of a draft card, if anything. Live look at the altar. Oh, is there an alt? Oh, here we go. This is better. I like this one. This is a promo. This I remember. Oh, look, you can see Spider-Man in the background. This is a really great art. This is a banger art, actually. Since I got disqualified, can we just take a minute to appreciate the new basic lands? So what? I don't know how to look up the thing. Hold on. Swamp. Spider. Is that gonna look it up? No. I don't know how to look up the basic lands. Oh, and yeah, there's another one. And don't come back, you menace. Yeah, don't come back. Okay, next up, King Charles, hide on the ceiling. Blue X instant, exile X target creatures exile X target artifacts and or creatures. Return the exiled cards to the battlefield under their owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. I was, you know, they've been talking about this card in the Merfolk Discord, asking about, like, its viability in Modern. And, like, maybe, because there's cards like Consigned Memory, because it's going to have a trigger at end of turn. And the trigger is going to... So you, like, exile whatever you want. At end of turn, there's a trigger to bring them back. But you can counter the trigger with things like Consigned to Memory, Stifle, Tishana's Tidebinder. There's a variety of ways. So, like, you could, in theory, wipe one side of the board. And if nothing else, you can, like, blink your own stuff in response to removal. But it's going to cost you a little bit of mana for each one. Have we done Doc Ock, Evil Inventor? Let's take a look. Doc Ock. Evil! Yeah, we did that one. These are all old. These are all old. The problem is these are all new. These are fresh off the presses. Oh well, next time, David. Maybe next week. Because today is done for today. As usual, if you want to be part of the show, you got to be here 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. And and of course, thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And thank you very much for everyone being here and contributing. People like Pedgeman, Felicia, Nightmare Incarnation, Christopher B, Liquid Soulfly. We got Toilet Duck. We got David, Benjamin Berkey. What else do we have? It was Steve Cooper, David Sampson, and many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, my Zyber Nation, keep brewing those coffees, and we're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.